Welcome to the AI Coach by Anil Nathu. We are incredibly excited to bring you a deep dive today into, well, one of the most pressing and, frankly, paradoxical topics in enterprise tech right now. We're talking about the Enterprise AI Maturity Index 2025 report. And look, this isn't just some dry set of statistics. It's really a profound diagnostic tool, and maybe more importantly, a compelling roadmap for any organization trying to navigate the swirling currents of AI transformation. So our mission today is simple. Unpack the most important nuggets of knowledge from this critical study. It was spearheaded by leading voices, people like Vijay Kotu, Richard McGill Murphy, Brian Solis, and Dorit Zilbershot. And right from the start, it reveals this fascinating, almost counterintuitive paradox. Despite the blistering pace of AI innovation we're all seeing, overall AI maturity scores across enterprises have, get this, surprisingly declined.
It really is counterintuitive, isn't it? You hear that headline, a decline, amidst all the buzz, all the constant talk, the seemingly endless stream of new AI capabilities coming out, like daily. But when we actually dig into why this is happening, the report does a brilliant job highlighting that it's less about AI itself failing us. It's much more about organizations simply struggling to keep pace. It's like, the technology is evolving at warp speed, and most companies are still figuring out how to build the right spaceship, let alone fly it at full throttle. As Richard Murphy, he's the head of Global Thought Leadership Research at ServiceNow, he aptly puts it in the report's introduction, there's a pretty significant vision gap at the top. Leaders, executives, they're genuinely grappling with this challenge. How do you set these incredibly audacious, future-defining AI goals while simultaneously struggling to put in place the foundational mechanisms to actually achieve and, crucially, measure those results in a tangible way? So this isn't just some numerical dip. It's like a flashing red light for leaders. It's saying, hey, your foundational approach to AI might be outdated before you even begin to truly scale. This deep dive, much like the kind of tailored guidance you can expect from the AI Coach by Anil Nathu, offers you a shortcut. It helps you understand these critical insights, navigate this rapidly evolving AI landscape, and become truly well-informed without getting, completely bogged down in the overwhelming amount of information out there.
The AI-driven future, navigating a moving target.
Okay, let's unpack this headline finding a bit more because it is genuinely startling. The report tells us the average AI maturity score plummeted, and not just by a little bit, by a significant 9 points from the previous year. It's now sitting at a mere 35 out of 100. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's barely passing, if you even want to call it that. And if that wasn't stark enough, even the highest score recorded, the very best of the best, fell a whopping 13 points year on year. It really paints this picture of a landscape that's not just shifting under our feet, but actively reconfiguring itself in real time. And clearly, many organizations are finding themselves, a bit disoriented.
Indeed. Yeah, this isn't just a numerical drop. It tells us a really fundamental story about the current state of enterprise AI and the why behind this decline, as the report articulates it quite precisely, is that AI innovation is outpacing organizations' capacity to deploy AI effectively at scale. Now, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it speaks directly to that vision gap at the top that Richard Murphy pointed out earlier. Think of it like this. Executives are grappling with how to set incredibly ambitious AI goals, aiming for transformative outcomes like completely reinventing the customer experience or automating entire operational segments. But at the same time, they're struggling to put in place the right strategies, the right talent, and the right governance to actually achieve and, importantly, measure those results. It's like having a hyper-powered race car, but no clear track mapped out, no skilled pit crew ready to go, and no sturdy guardrails to drive it safely at top speed. This creates a real challenge, right, in fostering an innovation-forward culture. Because without proper guardrails and clear direction, scaled innovation carries inherent risks, often unmanageable ones. And this whole dynamic is just exacerbated by the rapid emergence of truly novel tools, like agentic AI. While these are clearly taking transformation to the next level by enabling autonomous action, their very novelty and complexity are, in a way, contributing to this observed maturity decline. Organizations are still figuring out how to deeply integrate these things, how to responsibly manage them, and how to securely govern these advanced capabilities. It's definitely a journey, not just a destination, and many are finding that journey more challenging than they probably anticipated.
Right, and to help make sense of all this complexity, Oxford Economics and ServiceNow didn't just guess. They surveyed nearly 4,500 executives worldwide, and they developed a very clear, comprehensive framework to measure this. They measured organizational performance across 5 crucial pillars of AI maturity. And these aren't just, arbitrary categories. They really represent a holistic view of what it means to truly embrace AI across an entire enterprise. So the 5 pillars are, first, AI strategy and leadership. It's all about setting that overarching direction and making sure you have executive buy-in. Second, workflow integration. This focuses on how AI is seamlessly woven into the daily fabric of operations, not just bolted on as an afterthought. Third is talent and workforce, emphasizing that critical human element and how employees adapt to working alongside AI. Fourth, AI governance, absolutely crucial for managing risk, ensuring ethical use, and maintaining compliance. Can't stress that enough. And fifth, realizing value in AI investment, basically making sure that AI actually delivers tangible, measurable returns back to the business.
Precisely. And what's really powerful about these pillars is they move us beyond just focusing on the technology itself. I mean, you can have the most advanced AI models in the world, but if your talent isn't ready, if your workflows aren't properly integrated, or if your governance is weak, you're still going to stumble, probably stumble badly. These pillars are designed to give us that holistic view of AI adoption. They reveal where organizations are genuinely succeeding and, critically, where they're struggling. It's not enough to just excel in one area, right? True maturity requires progress and strategic foresight across all 5 pillars. That ensures that AI is not just implemented, but truly embedded for maximum impact.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. This offers a powerful counter-narrative to that initial, maybe somewhat gloomy finding about the declining maturity scores. The report reveals a powerful glass-half-full perspective. There's some compelling good news here. AI is generating meaningful returns. That's the bottom line. More than 2/3, a full 67% of organizations reported that AI has increased their gross margin. And we're not talking about just a minor bump either. Those organizations saw an average increase of an impressive 11% in their gross margin. That's significant ROI. And it's reported across various functions, enhancing search, powering analytical AI for deeper insights, streamlining operations with process AI, driving better predictions with predictive tools, you name it. And looking ahead, executives are showing strong confidence in this value. There's an expectation for an average 8.6% increase in AI investment in the next fiscal year. So the appetite and the proven value, they're definitely there. It makes it clear AI isn't just hype.
Yeah, and that's a critical point to underscore. While the maturity levels, the overall scores, have dropped, the fundamental value proposition of AI remains incredibly strong. Organizations are seeing clear, tangible benefits in their bottom line. So the core challenge, then, isn't really whether AI can deliver value. It clearly does. It's more about how organizations can effectively scale that value and govern that value across their entire enterprise, especially in this rapidly evolving technological landscape. I mean, it's one thing to get an 11% gross margin increase from a few isolated projects, right? But to replicate that success consistently across dozens, maybe hundreds of workflows, that's where the real complexity lies, and that's where the maturity gap truly reveals itself. It speaks to the difference between running successful pilots and achieving pervasive enterprise-wide transformation.
Okay, so to help us understand the full spectrum of AI outcomes, the report introduces 3 distinct levels of AI. This kind of moves us from incremental improvements towards potentially exponential results. First up, you have analytical AI. Think of this as the AI that predicts a numerical outcome or maybe recommends a specific action for single focused tasks. A classic everyday example. Maybe a chatbot that answers a direct question or gives you a specific piece of information based on predefined rules or data, guiding you to the right support article, or maybe predicting customer churn based on past behavior. It's really about making specific data-driven predictions or recommendations to assist humans, or perhaps automate simple repetitive decisions.
Then you move up to generative AI. And this is something we've all become much more familiar with recently, thanks to tools like, ChatGPT and others. This level is about AI generating new content in response to natural language prompts. It's much more versatile, much more creative than analytical AI. For instance, it could draft comprehensive case resolutions for customer service issues. It could compose personalized emails to prospects and sales. It might even write lines of production-ready code for developers. It's really designed to create original, bespoke content, not just predict or recommend based on existing data. It's a powerful enabler, I think, of human creativity and efficiency.
And finally, the third level. This is where things get truly transformative and where the report suggests the exponential results really lie. Agentic AI. This is described as an orchestration layer. It doesn't just predict or generate content, it actively executes entire business activities. It makes decisions and takes action across complex, multi-step workflows, often without constant human babysitting. Think of it maybe like a highly skilled digital project manager or even a proactive digital employee. It's designed to act autonomously and proactively to complete end-to-end material business activities. So instead of just drafting an email, an agentic AI might send the email, track the response, maybe create a follow-up task in your CRM, and update a project dashboard, all based on a sequence of goals you give it.
Exactly. And that's why adopting all three levels, analytical, generative, and agentic, and crucially, embedding them within a cohesive platform that can actually take action, is so vital for realizing the, quote, full power of AI. Look, incremental forms of AI are valuable. Absolutely. They show up in nearly every piece of software we use today, often without us even realizing it. But to truly unlock those exponential rewards and drive systemic transformation across the business, organizations have to integrate these capabilities so they can work together, pursuing defined, overarching business goals. It's the difference, really, between automating a single step in a process and automating an entire workflow that leads to compounding efficiencies and potentially entirely new operational models.
Okay, let's dive a bit deeper into agentic AI specifically. The report highlights that despite all the buzz, all the excitement around its transformative potential, it's still very much early days for most enterprises. Only about 1/3 of the respondents have even reached the piloting stage for any agentic AI use case. That tells us there's a significant gap between awareness and practical implementation right now. But those who have started, they're already seeing gains. The top reported use cases include things like addressing security risks, which makes a lot of sense, right? Given the autonomous nature of agentic AI, its ability to detect and respond to threats in real time, and also monitoring or interacting with internal systems like IT operations or maybe HR processes. But here's the kicker. About 40% of executives say they are actively considering adopting agentic AI tools within the next 12 months. However, the significant hurdle for most of them is this feeling that they just lack the proper governance guardrails to do it successfully and, importantly, safely.
Yeah, this really echoes what Chris Benitez, Chief Customer Officer and Enterprise AI Advisor at ServiceNow, what he articulated directly in the report. He said, quote, agentic AI uptake is low at this point, but many organizations plan to accelerate adoption. That quote perfectly encapsulates the current state, doesn't it? There's immense interest, a clear recognition of the potential, but also a clear readiness gap. It's like, wanting to adopt a powerful new factory robot, but then realizing you don't have the safety protocols in place, you don't have the trained staff, maybe you don't even have the right power outlets installed yet. That readiness gap is really what this report helps us understand and bridge. It implies there's a significant amount of foundational work ahead for organizations. They need to build the necessary frameworks, the trust, the understanding to fully leverage this powerful, autonomous technology without introducing unforeseen risks.
Right. And this rapid pace of change, while it's incredibly exciting and obviously full of promise, it definitely brings some key challenges for organizations trying to keep up. The report identifies 3 major ones that seem to be holding back widespread AI maturity. First, there's a huge talent gap. Organizations are truly struggling to find and nurture the right mix of human talent. People who can both develop AI and, just as crucially, work effectively alongside AI. A full 64% agree or strongly agree that they are still in the process of identifying the skills needed to implement their AI strategy. That's almost 2/3. As the report wisely puts it, human talent is critical for transforming AI from a novel gadget into a mission-critical tool. And it's not just about finding AI engineers or data scientists, right? It's about reimagining entire job roles and understanding how humans and AI will collaborate in this deeply integrated way in the future.
And that leads directly, I think, to the second challenge. Measurement struggles persist. AI is changing so fast that many executives are finding it incredibly hard to develop clear strategies to harness it in a way that directly correlates to business value. Only 1/3 of leaders, just 23%, strongly agree they have a defined set of metrics in place to measure the return on their AI transformation. That is a critical impediment. I mean, without clear ways to quantify success, without a robust framework for showing tangible ROI, it's incredibly difficult to justify continued investment, right? Or to secure executive buy-in for new projects, or even just pinpoint where adjustments are needed in an AI deployment. It's like building this really complex machine without having a dashboard to tell you if it's actually running efficiently or if it's about to overheat.
Absolutely. And the third major challenge identified is that innovation requires governance. Many enterprises are actively encouraging their employees to experiment with AI, which, on the surface, is fantastic for fostering adoption and discovery, getting people comfortable with the technology. In fact, 61% say they are working to foster a culture of trust by enabling teams to recommend AI solutions to everyday problems. But this highlights a significant tension. Most also admit they don't yet have the proper guardrails in place to govern AI effectively, especially around really sensitive areas like data privacy, security, and ethical use. This creates a potential risk environment that needs to be proactively managed. Otherwise, the very innovation they're seeking could expose them to unforeseen liabilities down the road.
And these three challenges, talent, measurement, governance, they're deeply interconnected. They form this kind of complex web. For instance, without clear measurement, it's incredibly difficult to justify the necessary talent investment, right? Or to implement effective governance. I mean, how do you govern something if you can't measure its impact, its risks, or its compliance effectively? Conversely, a talent shortage can hinder your ability to both develop robust measurement frameworks and implement comprehensive governance. They all feed into each other. It creates this complex nexus of issues that organizations really must untangle in concert, rather than trying to solve them in isolation. It's a systemic problem, so it needs a systemic solution.
Okay, but now let's talk about the shining lights in this often challenging landscape, the Pacesetters. These are described as an elite cohort of organizations. They make up just 18.2% of the respondents, but they're doing things fundamentally differently. While the overall average AI maturity score across all companies is that mere 35, Pacesetters averaged a solid 44. Interestingly, though, even the top performer in this year's survey only scored 57.9, and that score is actually 13 points lower than last year's high score. So what does this tell us? It suggests that even the most advanced enterprises are still very much in the early stages of AI transformation. Nobody has truly figured it out entirely yet, which the good news is this means there's still ample time for any organization to close the gap by following the Pacesetter roadmap that the report lays out. And their superior outcomes. They speak volumes about the benefits of being a Pacesetter. They report 58% improved experiences compared to just 36% for others, 57% increased efficiency and productivity versus 30% to their peers, and a remarkable 52% ability to innovate faster compared to just 32% for others. These aren't just small incremental gains, these are compounding advantages.
Yeah, that's a critical differentiator. And it's precisely why the Pacesetter roadmap, which we'll dive into next, offers concrete, actionable steps that other organizations can adopt to start closing those gaps. It's not about magic, it's really about method. It's about having a structured approach. This deep dive, much like the personalized guidance offered by the AI coach by Anil Nathu, is specifically designed to provide you with those actionable insights for your own organization's AI journey, showing you how to translate these broad findings into specific impactful strategies for your business.
And speaking of impact, the report didn't just stop at looking at individual company gains. It created this powerful economic model to truly illustrate the macro potential if all companies were to reach these Pacesetter levels. And the findings are, well, staggering. If all Forbes Global 2000 companies were to achieve Pacesetter levels of AI integration, it could lead to a monumental $113 billion increase in total gross margins across that entire population. That breaks down to an average of $56 million per company. I mean, this isn't just significant, it's potentially game-changing on a global economic scale. It tells us that AI isn't just a cost-saving measure or a new tool, it's a massive lever for economic growth.
Right. And what's really fascinating is how that profitability boost breaks down when you look at the different dimensions of maturity. The report isolated the correlation between each dimension and those financial gains. It found three dimensions to be the greatest contributors to that potential $113 billion boost. Leadership accounts for a staggering 36% of the correlation, meaning visionary leadership and strategic direction are absolutely paramount. Governance accounts for 30%. Underscoring the vital role of robust guardrails and responsible AI practices. And spending, while obviously important, actually comes in third at 23%. This really drives home the report's conclusion. Vision and guardrails are paramount. It's not just about throwing money at AI, it's about strategic direction and robust management first and foremost. This clearly underscores why a structured, thoughtful approach, like what you'd find with the AI coach by Anil Nathu, is absolutely vital for achieving significant sustainable economic impact. It really is about smart investment, not just large investment.
Pacesetters lead the way, a practical roadmap for success.
So we've painted a pretty clear picture of the AI landscape, both its challenges and its undeniable potential. But the big question remains, how do we actually close this maturity gap? How do you, listening right now, become one of those Pacesetters? Luckily, the report doesn't just diagnose the problem, it prescribes a solution. It gives us a clear, actionable roadmap. This section is truly the how-to part of our deep dive, detailing 5 key differentiators that set these leading organizations apart. Let's dive into them. Okay, first on the roadmap, lead with an innovation mindset. Pacesetters, as the report eloquently states, don't just use AI to automate existing processes, maybe make them a bit faster. No, they use AI to explore possibilities that humans couldn't achieve without AI, and outcomes that AI couldn't achieve without humans. That's a powerful idea. This isn't just about digitizing what you already do, it's about adopting an AI-first mindset that fundamentally reimagines capabilities, outcomes, business models, products, even customer experiences. It's a complete shift in perspective, moving from thinking about incremental improvements to aiming for exponential leaps. And this is clearly evident in their actions. Nearly 60% of Pacesetters use AI to generate leadership insights. That's a stark contrast to just 23% of other organizations. They're not just using AI down in customer service or IT, they're embedding it at the very top, using it as a strategic decision-making flywheel.
Yeah, and to put that into practical terms, Pacesetters aren't just reacting to AI as it comes along, they're proactively shaping their future with it. They develop an AI vision and prepare for the future. They take a strategic, long-term approach, but it's anchored in clear metrics. For instance, a remarkable 83% of Pacesetters have a clear, shared AI vision that cascades throughout their organization. Compare that to just 64% of others. And this isn't some vague aspiration written on a poster. It's a living document that guides their actual investments and priorities. They also actively partner with AI stakeholders to build innovation centers. These are crucial for organizational agility and, importantly, secure exploration. These centers enable them to quickly and securely experiment with new technologies and use cases. 53% of Pacesetters report making significant progress here versus a much lower 38% of others. And critically, they employ AI applications that span multiple business areas. Pacesetters prioritize investments that supercharge more than just one function. They look for benefits across IT, HR, finance, customer service. This drives both revenue growth and significant cost reductions rather than just creating isolated departmental solutions. They're looking for that cross-functional leverage.
Right. And this whole innovation mindset is perfectly captured in what Brian Solis, the head of global innovation at ServiceNow, calls his My Take, humanize AI. He emphasizes 3 critical aspects that really shift our perspective on AI, moving it from maybe a perceived threat to a powerful collaborator. First, he urges us to prioritize augmentation over automation. What does that mean? It means not viewing AI primarily as a replacement for human connection or expertise, but rather as a human collaborator, a tool that helps us build things that spark emotion, inspire trust, and foster deeper relationships. It's about making humans better at what they do, not making them redundant. Second, Solis stresses that we must use AI as a catalyst for human potential. AI, in his view, can take human creativity, efficiency, and decision-making to the next level. Leaders who see AI as a force multiplier for creativity and insight will derive far more value than those solely focused on replacing employees. This means you need a proactive approach to investing in your employees through continuous reskilling and upskilling programs. You need to ensure they can work alongside AI, effectively becoming AI-powered professionals themselves, rather than feeling displaced by it. And finally, Solis advocates for taking an AI-first mindset. This means moving away from merely iterating on yesterday's technologies or trying to bolt AI onto legacy systems that weren't designed for it. It's about achieving true business transformation powered by innovative AI, reimagining entire processes and even business models from the ground up. This mindset allows leaders to really dig into organizational structures, identify the root causes of obstacles, and solve them in entirely new ways. And to get the most out of AI, Solis highlights the need for a single system that manages cross-functional workflows, optimizing for a world not constrained by human boundaries or those traditional departmental silos. This is a key area where, honestly, a dedicated resource like the AI Coach by Anil Nathu can provide invaluable guidance for shaping your organization's holistic AI strategy, ensuring it's human-centric right from the start. Okay, the second differentiator for Pacesetters is to take a platform approach. They fundamentally understand that AI capabilities need to be integrated and accessible across the entire enterprise, not stuck in silos within individual departments or specific applications. This is why they overwhelmingly prefer a unified platform, ideally with a single code base, which makes enterprise-wide management incredibly easy and efficient. A significant 66% of Pacesetters employ this platform approach with built-in AI capabilities across the enterprise. Compare that to just 46% of other organizations. This isn't just a technical preference, it's clearly a strategic one.
Oh, absolutely. The benefits of this approach are substantial and really far-reaching. This unified platform makes it far easier for Pacesetters to deploy new AI tools like agentic AI at scale. Why? because they aren't constantly reinventing the wheel every single time a new technology emerges or a new use case is identified. Instead, they can leverage their existing infrastructure and data models. Makes sense, right? Pacesetters fundamentally recognize the power of knocking down silos to allow data to flow freely and securely between business functions. This enables every team to draw on a central, comprehensive repository of information, breaking down those traditional barriers between departments. As a result, 56% of Pacesetters report making significant progress connecting data and operational silos compared to just 41% of others. By taking this holistic approach, Pacesetters can more effectively translate AI insights into concrete business outcomes. Like, consider the example mentioned in the report of a consumer goods manufacturer, CHRO, from the Netherlands. They said, AI is used to investigate workflows to identify bottlenecks and optimize processes. That perfectly illustrates how a unified platform translates to real-world operational efficiency and continuous improvement. AI can analyze bottlenecks that cross those traditional departmental lines.
Yeah, and Amit Savory is president, chief product officer, and chief operating officer at ServiceNow. He captures the power of this unified approach perfectly. He states, a unified AI platform with one common data model means a unified management platform and interface. It's amazing the amount of workflows you're able to create. When AI is pervasive across the platform, you can get delivered to all the different workflows and applications without having to individually build it in.
So the actionable takeaways here seem crystal clear. First, bust silos. AI simply cannot transform your organization effectively if it's confined to discrete functions. You need to connect teams, processes, and data across the entire enterprise. Second, dream bigger. Don't just focus on automating individual isolated tasks. Build a holistic enterprise-wide strategy for AI implementation. It might take longer, sure, but it yields far greater and compounding gains in the long run. And third, partner with AI. A quarter of Pacesetters are specifically focused on human-machine collaboration. They're actively designing workflows where AI augments human capabilities, which leads to sharp, often unexpected efficiency gains and innovative outcomes.
And that focus on data integration as part of this platform approach is absolutely crucial. As Vijay Kotu, the Chief Analytics Officer at ServiceNow, emphasizes in his My Take, integrate your data. That traditional model of reserving data and analytics solely for high-level boardroom strategy, it's outdated. Instead, he highlights the transformative power of empowering your frontline employees. Let them incorporate data into their routine tasks and decision-making. He notes its potential to significantly impact the entire organization by making every decision more data-driven. He also suggests feeding this rich, integrated data to agentic AI to further augment autonomous decision-making and execution. Makes sense. The ultimate aim of analytics, as he points out, is to transform insights into action. And one of the best ways to achieve this is by automating workflows wherever possible, bridging that gap between insight and execution. This powerful combination, AI plus data plus workflow automation, allows teams to operate with unprecedented efficiency. It reduces manual tasks, reduces subjective decision-making, and leads to greater productivity without necessarily adding more human effort. Now, while centralizing your proprietary data within a single platform is a smart first step, the value truly multiplies when an organization proactively integrates extra data sources, both internal and external. Combining multiple diverse data streams leads to deeper, more nuanced insights about your customers, your employees, your products, your markets, helping you drive better business decisions that aren't limited by a narrow view of the world.
Okay, moving on. The third pillar for Pacesetters is to focus on talent. They recognize that even the most advanced AI is only as effective as the humans interacting with it. Seems obvious, but it's often overlooked. Therefore, they adopt a comprehensive, multi-pronged approach to help employees effectively use AI. This includes proactive hiring, robust training programs, and continuous upskilling initiatives. And it's clearly paying off. Half of all Pacesetters, a full 50%, strongly agree they have the right mix of talent to execute on their AI strategy. Compare that to a much lower 29% of other organizations. And this isn't just about technical skills, it's also about cultural readiness. Beyond just skills, Pacesetters are actively fostering a culture of collaboration and autonomy. A remarkable 70% promote cross-functional alignment, encouraging different departments to work together on AI initiatives. And even more strikingly, 71% empower individual teams to make their own decisions about how AI can improve their specific work, versus just 55% of other organizations. That kind of decentralization of decision-making really seems to accelerate AI adoption and problem-solving from the ground up.
Yeah, this really highlights how Pacesetters are proactively managing that global talent shortage in AI, which is a significant barrier for so many companies. They understand that technology alone isn't enough. You absolutely need the right people in the right roles, and critically, with the right mindset. Their practical takeaways include a few key things. First, they actively future-proof their workforce. How? By hiring not just for technical skills, but for change agents. These are individuals who can manage major organizational shifts and ensure culture, vision, and goals are aligned across the enterprise during this transition. 45% of Pacesetters are hiring these crucial roles, compared to only 36% others. Second, they heavily train current employees. They prioritize proactive upskilling and reskilling for critical roles that will interact with AI. Think AI configurators, data scientists, experienced developers, machine learning engineers. This isn't just a reactive measure, it's a strategic investment in their existing workforce. And third, it's not just about formal training. They deeply foster an AI-forward culture. Pacesetters use creative ways to do this, like employing dedicated AI champions, 64% do this, or hosting engaging AI learning events, 71% do this. The goal is to demystify AI, get employees excited about its potential, and encourage organic adoption. There's a quote in the report from an insurance director in the UK. AI is used for assessing employee skill sets and recommending professional development opportunities.
Right.
That demonstrates a kind of virtuous cycle, right?
Yeah.
Where AI itself helps nurture the talent needed for broader AI adoption. And this focus on talent and culture is precisely where personalized learning and development, perhaps like that provided by the AI coach by Anil Nathu, can make a tangible difference in empowering your organization's workforce to thrive in this AI-powered future.
All right, fourth on the Pacesetter roadmap, prioritize AI governance. This is absolutely crucial because effective governance isn't just about mitigating risk or putting up bureaucratic hurdles. Not at all. It's about creating clear, enabling guardrails that actually accelerate experimentation and safe deployment. Pacesetters take a distinctly proactive stance here. They understand that foresight is key. The majority have already meticulously assessed their AI applications for risk and possess a strong, nuanced understanding of data privacy requirements. That's in stark contrast to under half of other organizations. Specifically, 63% of Pacesetters have made significant progress addressing data governance and security issues with AI-specific policies. Compare that to only 42% of others. And half of them have already implemented formal, written policies covering data governance, privacy, lawfulness, and compliance specifically related to AI use. That provides a clear framework for responsible innovation.
Yeah, this proactive approach to governance is just fundamental. Without those clear, predefined guardrails, encouraging experimentation can quickly become a significant liability. It could lead to data breaches, ethical missteps, compliance failures, you name it. So the practical takeaways for any organization listening are pretty clear. First, address governance proactively. You need to implement controls and policies before you deploy new AI tools. Then, build in robust reactive tracking, monitoring, and response mechanisms for AI risks once those tools are in production. It's about building safety into the design from the start. Second, understand data requirements. As organizations onboard more AI applications, which are inherently data hungry, it's absolutely essential to know precisely where the data is coming from, where it's going, how it's being used, and what must be done to secure it to prevent unauthorized access or misuse. And third, create AI-specific governance policies. Pacesetters understand this. Drawing up policies that address AI governance head-on, covering everything from model bias to data lineage and human oversight, is crucial. It helps maintain data privacy, security, ethical integrity, and it builds trust with both your customers and your employees. There's an example from a banking CIO in Germany in the report. They highlighted a real-world use case demonstrating this proactive governance, stating, AI is used to detect and analyze cybersecurity threats in financial networks. This clearly shows how robust governance enables powerful, secure, and responsible AI applications, especially in highly regulated industries like banking.
Okay, and the final differentiator for Pacesetters, which really ties into much of what we've already discussed, is to embrace agentic AI. These leading organizations are simply better prepared for novel, cutting-edge technologies like agentic AI. And as a result, they're already seeing a greater ROI from their investments in this transformative area. The numbers are pretty compelling. Pacesetters report 56% improved experiences, 55% increased efficiency and productivity, and 55% improved gross margin directly from their use of agentic AI. These figures are significantly higher than what other organizations are reporting. It indicates a real competitive edge building up. And a major advantage for them seems to be that single integrated platform we talked about. It helps manage the data, oversee the AI strategy, and quickly identify those quick wins for faster, more secure deployment of these advanced autonomous technologies. It's really about leveraging their existing foundation to leapfrog ahead.
Right, and this brings us to Dorit Zilbershot's insightful "My take: Agents need guardrails." Dorit, who is the Group Vice President of AI Experiences and Innovation at ServiceNow, she explains something important. While specialized AI agents are incredibly powerful, they are often purpose-built for specific, isolated tasks, usually within existing silos. This means they often lack a broader, holistic context of how their individual tasks interconnect with larger organizational processes. This can lead to fragmented work. And critically, if a single AI agent makes an error in this kind of siloed environment, it can have cascading negative effects that potentially disrupt entire operational workflows. Why? Because there's no overarching intelligence managing them. So she stresses that effective orchestration of AI agents is key to scaling operations across complex environments. Unlike those individual, specialized agents, orchestrator agents possess contextual intelligence. They can understand broader systems and interdependencies across an enterprise. This interconnected efficiency simplifies incredibly complex workflows and drives massive scale by automating tasks across various functions, from IT to HR, customer service, supply chain, finance. It also enables these orchestrator agents to identify and isolate potential disruptions early, strategically mitigating risk and preventing system-wide failures before they spiral out of control. Now, this concept introduces a significant paradigm shift from the traditional human-in-the-loop approach, where humans are deeply involved in every step. We're truly moving towards a human-on-the-loop model. Here, AI agents take the lead in executing tasks and making decisions autonomously. The human's role evolves from direct intervention to one of oversight and intervention, only when necessary or for strategic validation. However, she wisely notes, and this is crucial, these autonomous capabilities, while a major draw for efficiency, only increase the need for robust guardrails, clear policies, and strong human oversight. Employees still play a proactive, vital role in reviewing and validating outputs, as well as scrutinizing the underlying processes and data sources that inform these outputs. This ensures accuracy, compliance, and ethical alignment.
Okay, so the actionable takeaways for embracing agentic AI seem clear and critical for future success. First, get smart on agentic AI. Pacesetters are more than twice as likely as others to be very familiar with this technology. That just demonstrates the importance of education and awareness at all levels, starting now. Second, identify quick wins. Don't wait for the perfect enterprise-wide solution that might take years. Look for low-hanging fruit to start capturing value immediately. Things like autonomously monitoring cybersecurity threats, maybe building bespoke products and services through automated design processes, or proactively acting on routine customer inquiries without needing human intervention every time. Third, and critically, orchestration of AI agents is key. Using orchestrator agents to manage individual AI agents makes it exponentially easier to oversee their work, ensure they function harmoniously, and enable seamless collaboration across departments. This is what transforms complex workflows into efficient, autonomous operations. It's probably why monitoring and interacting with internal systems is actually the #1 agentic AI use case for Pacesetters. They're leveraging orchestration to streamline their own operations first.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, for personalized strategies on integrating these cutting-edge AI capabilities like agentic AI into your specific organizational context, remembering your unique industry, data landscape, talent pool, the AI Coach by Anil Nathu provides tailored support to guide you through these complex advancements effectively and responsibly.
Industry and regional snapshots, a global view.
Okay, let's shift our lens now and look briefly at how AI maturity varies across different industries and regions. This provides a broader contextual view showing us where certain sectors or geographies are maybe accelerating and where they might be facing unique challenges or exhibiting different strategic priorities. It's definitely not a uniform global picture.
No, not at all. From an industry snapshot, it's abundantly clear that technology organizations continue to set the pace. They really dominate here. 32% of the respondents emerged as pacesetters. That's a significant 11% more than heavy manufacturing, which comes in second with 21% pacesetters. This leadership by the tech sector isn't really surprising, is it? They're often the creators and earliest adopters of these innovations. Plus, their internal structures are often more agile and just more accustomed to rapid technological change. Other industries like banking, automotive, and healthcare providers follow, but with noticeably lower percentages of pacesetters. This suggests different rates of adoption and maturity levels across the board.
Right. And while their adoption rates in specific use cases might differ, some challenges are remarkably universal. Data security, for example, is identified as the #1 barrier to realizing AI value across all industries surveyed. Again, not surprising, given the immense amount of data AI systems need to process. Heavy manufacturing, technology, and retail seem most acutely focused on this, likely due to the sheer volumes and sensitivity of the operational and customer data they handle. Unsurprisingly, highly regulated industries like banking, insurance, and the life sciences are particularly concerned with compliance issues associated with AI adoption, given the strict legal frameworks they operate within. It's also interesting to see how agentic AI use cases vary by industry. This seems to reflect different business needs and maybe different risk appetites. Healthcare providers, for instance, are less likely to have adopted agentic AI compared to tech organizations. This might be attributed to the critical nature of patient data and the rigorous regulatory hurdles in healthcare. Makes sense. Conversely, tech enterprises and banks seem to be leading in piloting or deploying agentic AI for customer inquiries, probably seeking to automate those high-volume interactions. Meanwhile, governments are leading in using agentic AI to assess non-cybersecurity-related business risk, leveraging its autonomous capabilities for complex data analysis and threat prediction beyond traditional cybersecurity. So it's clear that industries are finding their own niches and leveraging AI in ways that directly address their unique operational challenges. Like that quote from an automotive manufacturing CFO in Australia. Personalized AI marketing initiatives significantly raised consumer engagement. That's a tangible, industry-specific win, showcasing how AI drives direct business benefits.
And moving to the regional snapshot, India clearly leads the pack globally. An impressive 31% of its respondents were classified as pacesetters. The U.S. follows with 22% and Australia with 21%. This strong performance from India could be attributed to, well, a confluence of factors. Perhaps a large digitally savvy workforce, a strong focus on IT services historically, and maybe a greater cultural willingness to embrace new technologies rapidly. At the bottom of the list, interestingly, are countries like Spain, Italy, and France. This indicates a real global disparity in AI maturity that likely reflects differing investment priorities, varying regulatory environments, or perhaps different cultural approaches to technological adoption.
Yeah, and just like with industries, there are distinct regional differences when it comes to governance, talent, and investment. Governance gaps, for instance, are felt keenly. Data security concerns seem particularly strong in the UK, the UAE, and Italy, possibly due to heightened regulatory scrutiny or maybe recent high-profile breaches. On the flip side, Australian and Indian respondents show stronger progress in developing AI-specific governance policies. This suggests a more proactive approach to framing AI use within legal and ethical boundaries, which is likely a significant factor in their pacesetter status. In contrast, Hong Kong, Japan, and Spain report less progress in this crucial area. In terms of talent and skills distribution, India, the UAE, and the UK are more likely to report having the right mix of talent, perhaps reflecting robust education systems or strong professional development initiatives. France, Italy, and Spain, on the other hand, feel less prepared on the talent front, according to the report. And when it comes to investment bets, India, the US, and the UAE show higher expectations for increased AI investments in the next fiscal year. This indicates a strong belief in AI's continued value proposition in those regions. There is an interesting internal use case shared by an insurance CFO from Spain. They said AI automates task delegation to employees based on workload. This highlights how even in regions with maybe lower overall maturity scores, specific AI applications are still delivering significant value internally.
Absolutely. These comprehensive snapshots really demonstrate the global nature of AI challenges and opportunities. It's clearly not a uniform landscape at all. Some regions and industries are moving faster or focusing on different aspects of AI, depending on their unique contexts, their regulatory environments, their economic drivers. This diverse landscape really underscores how a versatile resource, like the AI Coach by Anil Nathu, can cater to these varied needs. It can provide tailored insights regardless of your specific industry, your geographic location, or your current stage of AI maturity. It helps you benchmark against relevant peers and chart a customized path forward.
Conclusion: humans are the future.
Okay, as we bring this deep dive to a powerful conclusion, the Enterprise AI Maturity Index 2025 really leaves us with an overarching and I think profoundly human message. Becoming a truly AI-powered organization is about so much more than just deploying the right technology, or implementing a robust governance framework, or even establishing clear success metrics. While all those components are absolutely critical, don't get me wrong, they're ultimately in service of something larger.
Exactly. The report fundamentally posits that it's really about fostering an employee culture, a culture that is anchored in values like trust, collaboration, experimentation, and autonomy. Pacesetters are ahead not merely because they have better tech, but because they intrinsically understand this human element. It's woven into their approach to change management and organizational transformation. They recognize that trust, autonomy, and agility are absolutely paramount to the future of work and business. They empower their people to embrace AI rather than fear it. The core, resonant takeaway from the report, I think, is this quote: "Even as they double down on machines, these organizations are keeping humans at the heart of everything they do." Ultimately, the most successful AI-powered organizations will be the ones that meet future challenges by thinking strategically, experimenting boldly, and most importantly, never losing sight of the uniquely human qualities that define us all. Especially, and perhaps somewhat paradoxically, in this age of AI, where our distinct human capabilities, creativity, empathy, judgment become our greatest advantage.
Implementing key learnings from the AI Maturity Index.
So after absorbing all these invaluable insights from the Enterprise AI Maturity Index, the natural question becomes, how do you actually translate them into concrete action within your own organization? We've distilled that Pacesetter roadmap and the key learnings into what we hope is a clear, actionable plan for you to begin or maybe accelerate your AI journey. First step: develop an AI-first vision and strategic goals. Remember, don't just look to automate existing, often inefficient processes. Think bigger. Reimagine entire business models, customer experiences, operational capabilities through this transformative lens of AI. Set audacious, long-term AI goals that aim for that exponential impact. But, and this is critical, anchor them in. Define maybe 3 to 5 clear, enterprise-wide AI objectives that align directly with your overall business strategy and contribute to your key performance indicators. And implement regular reviews of your AI initiatives against these strategic metrics. Ensure you're on track, identify successes, but also areas where you need to adjust.
Good point. Second, build a unified AI platform and break down data silos. Avoid those fragmented AI deployments. They inevitably lead to inefficiency, redundant efforts, and that complex data spaghetti we all hate. Instead, seek out a single code-based platform that can manage AI capabilities across your entire enterprise. This foundational approach enables that seamless data flow across departments, giving you a holistic view of your operations and customers. And it makes it significantly easier to adopt and integrate new AI tools, including advanced agentic AI as they emerge, without constant reengineering, practically. Maybe conduct a thorough audit of your existing data silos across all business units. Develop a clear phase plan for integrating them into a unified data model. Invest in a scalable AI platform that offers built-in AI capabilities and enables end-to-end workflow automation. This allows AI insights to directly trigger actions and empower your frontline employees. Let them integrate data into their daily tasks and decision-making rather than keeping it locked away just for high-level analysis. Transform every employee into a data-informed decision-maker.
Third, and this is truly vital, cultivate an AI-ready workforce and culture. As the report emphasized repeatedly, human talent is paramount to AI success. Your focus really should be on proactively upskilling and reskilling your existing employees. Help them so they can effectively work alongside AI, leveraging its capabilities rather than fearing replacement. Foster a culture deeply rooted in trust, where experimentation with AI is encouraged, where cross-functional collaboration is the norm, and where employees feel autonomous in exploring AI solutions for their daily work. How do you get there? Well, identify specific AI skill gaps within your organization, both technical skills and maybe soft skills, like critical thinking and problem solving with AI. Implement targeted training programs for critical new roles like AI configurators, prompt engineers, data scientists, machine learning engineers, and importantly, appoint internal AI champions to advocate for and demonstrate AI use. Host internal AI learning events or maybe hackathons to promote excitement, demystify AI, and drive organic adoption from within. This is such a crucial area where, again, personalized guidance from a resource like the AI Coach by Anil Nathu can truly empower your team and help foster that essential, future-ready AI-forward culture within your organization.
Fourth action, implement proactive AI governance and ethical guardrails. Innovation, particularly with AI, absolutely requires robust governance. You need to establish clear, comprehensive policies before you deploy new AI tools. This helps proactively mitigate risks associated with data privacy, security, intellectual property, lawfulness, compliance, all the tricky stuff. This proactive stance ensures that you build trust and manage potential liabilities right from the outset. Actionable steps. Maybe designate a dedicated cross-functional team responsible for drafting AI policies, conducting risk assessments, managing AI-related incidents, conduct thorough assessments of all potential AI applications, look at their data requirements, potential biases, ethical implications. Don't skip this step. And for agentic AI specifically, shift towards that human-on-the-loop model we discussed. Human oversight is maintained for strategic validation and intervention only when necessary, rather than constant manual management. This ensures accountability without completely stifling autonomy.
Okay, and finally, fifth, strategically embrace agentic AI for exponential outcomes. While it's still early days for many organizations, agentic AI really holds the key to those exponential gains and true enterprise transformation down the line. Don't wait for it to become completely mainstream. Get informed now. Identify quick wins where it can deliver immediate value. And focus on orchestration to truly scale its benefits across your enterprise. Practically, educate your leadership and key stakeholders on the capabilities and, frankly, the profound implications of agentic AI for your business operations and competitive landscape. Pilot agentic AI in low-risk, high-value areas first. Things like automating cybersecurity monitoring, maybe generating bespoke product designs, or proactively acting on retained customer inquiries to streamline service. And crucially, explore the use of those orchestrator agents to manage multiple individual AI agents. Ensure they work seamlessly, coordinating collaboration across departments. This is what transforms complex workflows into highly efficient, autonomous processes.
And just one final point on this for personalized strategies on integrating these cutting-edge AI capabilities like agentic AI into your specific organizational context, ensuring alignment with your strategic goals, your existing infrastructure. Remember that the AI Coach by Anil Nafu provides tailored support and expert guidance to help you navigate these complex advancements effectively and responsibly.
So, as we strive to leverage AI for these exponential gains and navigate this incredibly dynamic and transformative landscape, we'd like to leave you with a provocative thought to ponder. How might focusing on uniquely human attributes, things like deep empathy, unbounded creativity, nuanced critical judgment, how might those become the ultimate competitive advantage in this AI era? How can we truly transcend limitations and define a new era of collaboration between human and machine that not only boosts productivity but actually enriches work and life? How will you foster these essential human qualities in your own AI journey? That brings us to the end of another deep dive. We really hope this comprehensive roadmap for AI maturity, drawn directly from the Enterprise AI Maturity Index 2025, has provided you with actionable insights and maybe a clearer path forward for your organization.
Yeah. The AI landscape is continuously evolving, that's for sure. Success will undoubtedly come to those who commit to continuous learning, strategic adaptation, and maintain that unwavering focus on both the technology and the human element.
These insights are designed to help you cut through the noise and get truly well-informed, quickly. Thank you for joining us today. Visit the AI Coach website for more AI insights.